Hey, I hope your day's going great. Was there a lot of birds? Hey Trek, I think it's time for you to go to the bathroom, buddy. We've been out in the rain for a while. This needs to get a little faster, I tell you. Yeah, this parenting and job thing is a tough thing to do, and I don't want to get like on a soapbox or anything, but I can see why in our society right now we're kind of having a breakdown of parenting. When you have a two-parent household and both parents, have a job and that's very time-consuming, it's almost like our society wants you to be 100% in your job. However, as a parent, you're expected to go over the top and do a bunch of extra things as well too. So what happens when you need to take time off from your job to do the parenting thing when your child's sick? That's like one of the most difficult things as far as what we're finding out, as Arlo is now, he's going to be 3 in May. He's constantly getting sick. As soon as he gets better, he's better for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then he gets something else, and I don't know where he's picking it up, but he's picking it up from somewhere. Most of the time that we've spent taking off this year, matter of fact, I think 100% of the time we've taken off this year for school is because Arlo's sick. So it's one of those things. It's almost like we need to, as far as parenting goes, you almost need to have one of the parents be full-time parent and not have to worry about a job other than parenting. And I feel like that's what used to happen. I'm not trying to say that we need to go back in time and there needs to be stay-at-home moms. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But I am saying that I can see a little bit of the breakdown of parenting, and the parents don't have the energy anymore to really discipline their kids. A lot of times the parents are they just give in. I mean, we already know Janine's not going to be working next year, but we're struggling right now with what to do this year. Well, I always say to Janine, and I always say to everybody that I meet, family comes first. So always. Family will always come first. It'll come first before the farm. It'll come first before teaching. Us raising Arlo to be the best person he can possibly be, that's number one. So thank you for listening to my rant. Okay, today we're going to start planting some of our plant starts. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between planting inside, starting your plant starts inside, and direct seeding into the ground. So some of the plants you're looking at right now, tomatoes, different tomatoes, are all determinate varieties. That means they will continue to grow all season long until it gets cold enough outside and less daylight. So we have Swiss chard. We have a rainbow mix of Swiss chard. This is definitely going to get direct seeded. This is one of my favorite vegetables to eat raw in salads. Swiss chard and beets are in the same family, and the leaves taste much the same. So whenever I grow beets, I actually eat all the leaves as well too. So definitely growing rainbow Swiss chard this year. I have Grand Rapids lettuce. This is going to be an amazing lettuce. I'm hoping. I'm going to direct seed this as well, so I'm hoping that is good for us this year. Now this is a mixed lettuce from Mountain Valley Seed Company. This lettuce is what I've been growing through the years, and it works out really well. Very hardy. I get probably 4 or 5 cuts off of each bed, which is amazing. Once again, all of these are going to be direct seeded. Then I have the traditional Bloomsdale long-standing spinach. This is the spinach that I've been growing for many, many years. So all of these are direct seeded. Another vegetable that's going to be direct seeded would be carrots. I didn't bring any carrot seed out, but I have about 4 or 5 different varieties of carrots. Today I'm going to get started with actually putting some of the seeds in the trays and showing you exactly what goes into that. All right, stay tuned. This seed start mix I get from a local nursery. They're kind enough to allow me to buy some of the same stuff that they use for all of their hundreds of thousands of flowers and vegetable plants and stuff like that. So it's a mixture of good peat moss and a lot of other all natural ingredients that come together for giving each seed a little bit of nutrients to start off with, other than just what the seed provides. Now, mixture doesn't have any kind of slow release fertilizer or anything like that in it that would give the proper amount of nutrients to the plant for its whole life cycle, but it does get it started. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is plop this in here. So we're basically just gonna shovel some of our seed starting mix in here like this. Just kind of spread it around. Spread it around with your hand at first. Kind of see where it's going to go. You can move it around. Make sure that each of the cells get enough mix in there. So as you can see, these companies that make these make all different size. This is my first year. Usually I do 72s, which means every flat has 72 cells in it. You can see this, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you do the math real quick. That's 8 times 16. That's 80 plus 48. We got 128. So our cells are 128 plants will go in here. Now you always have to, I always put a couple seeds in each of the cells to make sure that at least one germinates. So once you do this, you can see you can push down a little bit. You can do this. So what I do is I kind of come around to each and I push down a little bit. Like I said, this is the first year I've ever done 128s. I usually do the 72s, which they allow a little bit bigger space for the roots to grow. Giving it a shot this year because we're trying to expand the farm, so we're trying to have a little bit more plants and plant starts. We're doing more events this year, so we're trying to expand a little bit. So hopefully this works out. I'm gonna throw a little bit more mix on top. Okay, so I'm gonna do this with each one. Now I have 10 of these right now that I'm gonna work on today. All of them are gonna be tomatoes, and I'm not starting my cucumbers yet. We're doing tomatoes and kale today. So you can see, now that we have all of these, I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit more. Now we're ready for seed. So if you don't have one of these, get one of these. We have a rain barrel that goes all the way up to our roof right there. And when it rains, this rain barrel fills up. It's a 50-gallon rain barrel, and it fills up in about 10 minutes during a hard rain. So basically we have a hose hooked up to it. I'm going to use some of this water. This is the best way to use excess water that you're not paying for, especially we are in the town of La Plata, so we pay for our water and our sewer and all that good stuff. So guess what? This water's free. So I've already done one of these, and what I'm planting are Cherokee Purple. And what's kind of interesting when you get these packets is you really never know how many are in the packet. So I already did one just to make sure. Now it doesn't look like there's a lot in there. However, I did one flat already, and one flat has 128 cells in it. And I put about 1 or 2, and some of them I put 3 seeds in each. So I kind of know that I have enough for a whole packet. So what I normally do is I dump out all the seeds in the palm of my hand. Now that doesn't look like 128, but it's a lot more than 128 seeds right there. So it kind of gives me enough to fill every cell up with you know, 1 to 2, sometimes 3 if they fall in there. My fingers are big and fat, so you know it would be good. Janine's gonna help me out with the rest of them, but she's inside doing a couple other things right now. So once I'm done this, I'm gonna show you how to do it right now, how I do it. Everyone does it differently, but I kind of come around here and I do little dimples with my fingers in each of the cells just to pack the soil down a little bit more, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the seed in the cell, and then I'm gonna come back through and cover it up with some drier soil before I bring the flat inside to start germination. Okay, so I have all of them down. I'm gonna dry my hand off real quick. And there is no quick way to do this other than putting a little bit in your finger and just dropping a couple in each one. There are seeders out there you can get. I'm not really concerned with that because this is partially fun to me. I like doing this, even though it's time consuming. It, to me, part of growing our own food is putting the work in to do it. Okay, you always want to definitely label your plants. So the first one, as you can see over there in the corner, I labeled it Cherokee Purple 2-8, so that's the day we're actually planting. So I'm gonna go ahead and write on this one as well. Cherokee Purple. Whoops. Misspellings. And put the date. You can probably obviously know why the date's important. You always want to know when you plant them so you can keep track of how long it takes to germinate and all that good stuff. So I'm going to leave these here until they germinate. What I'll end up doing, I will bottom water these. So I will put water in the bottom. The roots will then soak up that water. All right, have you ever heard the term there's not enough hours in a day? Well, I'm gonna tell you, we got a lot done today. Planted 10 flats, 128 cells each of different varieties of tomatoes. That's about all we could get done today. Hey, we're out here in a real cold morning. That's another end to a great video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to comment if you have any ideas for good content. Thank you very much. See you next time.